Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another Genshin Impact video. For this video, we're going over rerolling and what you get out of it, and if it's worth to do or not. We're going to be going over rerolling, amount of time rerolling, what it will take to get everything, and what the dollar value equivalent is to rerolling. I am not going to tell you in this video at all if you should reroll or not. I'm just going to give you raw data so you can make your own decision because you're a freaking adult, most likely anyways. If you're not an adult, then you're watching the video because you just want information anyway, so screw it. So without further ado, let's go jump into it. Okay. So let's go over reroll values, and I'll put the assumptions over on the side here so we can see them a lot better. Okay, so there are, you know what, I'm also a Pepega, and I decided to, this was a good idea to put on one side of the screen when I'm on that side of the screen, because also Pepega. Anyways, there are a few assumptions that we have to make when doing rerolls. Now, what you have to do is there is a pity every 90 summons that you're going to be doing. And that is only going to apply if you're doing a raw amount of summons. If you are doing a rerolling, of course, you are not getting any pities for 5-star characters. But once you get a 5-star character, it's going to depend on which multi you get it on, because 90 summons after that point, you are going to get another 5-star guaranteed. So that will give you the amount of multis after that point, after you start playing your account, so you know exactly when you will get your next 5-star guaranteed. All right, rerolling also has no pity for 5-star, as I mentioned, and we're going to be going over the total amount of dollar value of what you can get with everything for what $100 will get you in Genshin Impact. $100 will get you a total of 81 pulls-ish, but, you know, let's just do 80 because it's easier. Because, you know, I don't know what your market rates in your country are or whatever. Just 80 is easier. Anyways, $100 US. Now you get now everybody in Genshin Impact is going to get 10 pulls for free. That means a person that spends $100 on the game is guaranteed to get a 5-star character on a banner, which is cool. If you are going to be re-rolling for a character, of course, that's going to be very different, and of course you're going to have to change your value assessment on that. What happens is that if you're doing a reroll, it takes you, the minimum amount of time you can do a reroll is about 25 minutes to 26 minutes. If you want to see a video on rerolling, go ahead and check out my boy's reroll video from Keyline Pines. The video's over there. Show you how you can do that. I do not like rerolling, so I won't be making a video, but there's his video, so you can go check out how to do it. All right, next up. It's going to take you 30 minutes after you reset the game, get your new account set right up, everything like that, after you do the multis, etc., to get to the next account. So it'll be about 30 minutes on average for a reroll. That means that on an AR7 reroll, you're going to get a total of 33 summons. And when you're doing 33 summons, we're going to say over the course of an hour, then you're getting 66 summons. And it progresses from that point. So we're going to keep doing more math here and more explanation of everything you get. Now, the 5-star probability in this game, of course, is 0.6%, which means 6 out of every 1,000 pulls, you are going to get a 5-star character. This also means that 3 out of every 500, if you're doing just dividing by 2, if you wanted to make the probability simpler, 3 out of every 500 summons, you are going to get a 5-star character as well. So, by looking at the base probabilities here, this is not 100% grid math because it is based on collective probability, not unique probability. So this will just give you an idea of what to expect, not the actual raw probability. So just bear with me. All right, now Venti also, if you do pull a 5-star character, has a 50-50 shot of being pulled. So it's going to be a very, very good chance for you if you do a pull. Now, if you're doing a collective percentage on all the pulls and you wanted to say all the pulls affect each other, then event and 500 summons in total, that you're going to get a total of 3 5-star characters on average. Unfortunately, though, since probabilities are calculated uniquely whenever doing gacha summons, you are not going to get a 3 5-star characters guaranteed within 500 summons. It's going to be less than that. So just know that you're probably going to get about 3 characters within 500 summons, probably a little bit less based on unique probability. You might get more if you're really lucky, but most likely less. So if you were to spend $100 on the game, what would that get you? Well, if you spend $100 on this game, what will happen is you are going to get 1 guaranteed 5-star character, and that 5-star character has a 50-50 shot of being a Venti. And if you are going to be doing rerolls for, say, 8 hours, you pretty much have a really decent chance of getting Venti within that time frame. Not a huge chance, not 100% chance. You could be rerolling for 24 hours if you're very unlucky, but you have a decent chance of getting Venti within that time frame. Now, because that's the case, you can then equate your 50-50 shot is a $100 is in 80 pulls. You would probably have to do a little bit over $200 in summons to get yourself a even closer chance to getting 250-50 shots at getting Venti, which still wouldn't be 100, like even with a 100% chance, you probably have to do over $300 in summons to get equivalent value of 8 hours of rerolling. So what would you do? As a person, would you spend $300 going for the character, going for the guaranteed, or would you go for the 5-star character on rerolling? Now, again, this is not the flat amount. It's not saying $300 is worth 8 hours of your time. There are other things that come into mix as well. You might get other characters along the way, so you actually get more on one account with $300 than with the 8 hours of rerolling. Because you're spending so much money on one account, there are many other things that you're getting on there, many 4-star characters, and many other things that you're getting during that time. And since you already got 2 5 stars within that time frame, you are getting a little bit more out of it. So potentially, it could even be somewhere between $100 to $300 worth of value to summon a Venti, but you also get a lot more out of it if you do summon with dollars. All of this information I just gave you on rerolling is if you are rerolling for a 5-star character that all use the same summon currency. So, because the Venti banner, if you're going to be pulling Venti, Venti has a separate banner with a separate currency system. That currency system is only attainable through Primo Gems, whereas a lot of the free summons that you're going to be getting through AR7 are going to be for Acquaint Fates and not Intertwined Fates. If you don't know what I mean, the difference is actually if we go to here, let's go to the actual shop here, and we go to here, you'll notice that there are 2 different sets of currency. There are Acquaint Fates as well as Intertwined Fates. Acquaint Fates are going to be specifically for the normal gacha banners, whereas the Intertwined Fates are going to be for the Venti banner specifically. So if you were to reroll for 8 hours and you wanted to say, oh, this is my chances of getting that, that's actually not true. Because if you did 8 hours of rerolling for Venti, you're only going to get a small fraction of these 528 summons on the Venti banner. Not all of them will be on the Venti banner. Your 5 stars might not even be on the Venti banner. You may not actually get Venti on there because the only way that you can get those summons is if you summon with Primo Gems. If you're summoning with Primo Gems, it's very unlikely that all of them will be available on, you're not gonna get enough of them. So that means the amount of Venti pulls most likely is, the total amount of pulls that you're doing is 66 pulls, but you get 13 every reroll for when you want to do Venti pulls, because the 2 types of currency are split. So that means over the course of that time frame, you get 26 Venti pulls per hour. And if that's the case and you wanted to know what that was, you just take this and go over the course of that time frame. That means you're getting a total of 208 Venti pulls. And if you wanted to do the difference there, we just do, and the total number of normal pulls that you're going to do over that time frame is going to be over here. So the normal pulls with Acquaint, these are the ones with, I'm going to label it again for Acquaint Fate, and these are the ones for Intertwined Fate. Okay? Now, that's what you're going to get out of 8 hours of rerolling. You're only going to get 208 pulls, which arguably might change the way that you're looking at rerolls. So, again, you have basically, within 8 hours of rerolling, my guess, less than a 50-50 shot at Venti. Way less. If you're thinking that you want to reroll for Genshin Impact on the Venti banner and go for Venti, that's the chance of you getting him. That's how many summons that you're going to get over the course of 8 hours at your best pace on rerolling. If you do pull a 5-star within 208 summons, nice. Congrats.
So in conclusion, what we really get in a data set like this is that you get to see how many summons it's going to take to get 1 copy of a unit. And on a 0.5% rate, you for any kind of character in most gacha games, it takes you about 20 multi-summons or 200 summons to get the unit on average. So at that point, it's about a 50 to 60% chance that you have, if you got the unit, and you're at 208 pulls at this point, so you do have a decent chance after 8 hours of getting a Venti. There's an outlier percentage, of course, that would be much larger than that, and it might take a bit longer to get that Venti, but you should expect the mean value to be about 8 hours to get a Venti. So good luck. Hope everything goes well with you. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys didn't know the video, of course, like and subscribe. All of some fun stuff. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.